Most young men and women think they can fix their health later in their life. The truth is, what you do now sets the foundation for your 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond. That's why for me, being fit and staying healthy is not an option. It's a standard. Welcome back to the Pierre Standard. My name is Pierre, and I make videos for people who are looking to live a life of purpose, intention, style, and refinement. In this video, I'll be talking about fitness, the benefits of staying fit, the importance of staying fit, and most importantly, how you can stay fit, especially if you're in your mid-20s or 30s and you have a lot of responsibilities that makes it difficult for you to commit to a fit and healthy lifestyle. Maybe you have a full-time 9 to 5 job, or you have kids that requires a lot of energy, attention, and time. The truth is, anybody can commit to a fit and healthy lifestyle. It just takes commitment and discipline. Lack of physical activity is one of the main risk factors for premature death, alongside smoking and poor eating habits. It's recommended that young adults engage in at least 60 minutes of moderate physical activity per day, or a minimum of 150 minutes of physical activity, vigorous physical activity per week. Despite this, globally, physical inactivity and a sedentary lifestyle occur in almost 30% of adults. Physical activity is a key element of people's health. It provides important physical benefits as well as mental health benefits as well. And it also improves your overall quality of life. However, in recent years, there's been a significant increase in young adults showing high levels of inactivity. Although it has been observed that the motivation to perform physical activity like running, taking long walks, swimming, hiking, or participating in any kind of sport seems to be an important factor when starting and then keeping up the momentum. There's so many benefits of working out consistently. A few of them are: it builds a strong foundation for life. So the habits you create now will definitely shape the rest of your life. Staying active and eating healthy in your 20s or 30s can set you up for long-term health. It helps you avoid things like heart problems, diabetes, getting overweight. Think of it as an investment in your long-term life. Exercise also makes your mind and body in sync. Working out isn't just about muscles, it's a game changer for your mental health too. Exercise can lift your mood, it can ease your stress, anxiety, and it gives you that mental clarity that we all need. When your body feels good, your mind follows, so the benefits of exercise on mental health are well documented. For example, a major study found that sedentary people are 44% more likely to be depressed. Another found that those with mild to moderate levels of depression could get similar results to those obtained through antidepressants just by exercising for about 90 minutes a week. That's crazy. So the key here appears to be the release of brain chemicals such as serotonin and dopamine, which would help lift your mood and combat stress. Working out consistently also gives you energy on demand. Imagine waking up, right, with so much energy. You have all the energy you need for the day, whether it's for work, school, or your personal projects. Staying fit fuels your body so that you can stay focused, motivated, and productive. You don't need to worry about dragging through the day or rotting in bed. You have all the energy you need and you just feel so good doing things. Another important benefit of building a lifestyle that consists of exercise and working out is that fitness equals community. What I mean by that is that exercise can open doors to new connections, right? Whether it's, whether you make new gym buddies or sport teams or you go on outdoor adventures, fitness gives you a chance to meet like-minded people. You can build friendships, and you can also surround yourself with, people with good vibes, people that motivate you, and people that keep you on this track. Another major importance of working out is the confidence upgrade that comes with it. Man, if I could explain to you how much more confident you get once you start working out, you would never stop working out. Every time you hit a fitness milestone, or you break your personal record, you're not just building your body, you're building confidence. Feeling strong and proud of your achievements, you boost your progress, you see yourself in a different light. You're more proud of yourself. You're more proud of your mindset. And that confidence spills into all aspects of your life. It spills into your relationships, your career, how you carry yourself in life. And it just exudes so much class and confidence. And you just become a different person, honestly. Consistent exercise is also a great habit to have. And it's a habit that sticks. If you start working out now, staying fit becomes second nature. Building a routine of workouts and healthy eating in your 20s or 30s makes it way easier to maintain an active, healthy lifestyle for years to come. When you're in your 50s or 60s, you no longer see exercise as something that you need to do. It just becomes a part of you. That's why, like, when I go to the gym, I see like people in their 50s, 60s working out. Like, I'm so happy to see them, because you can tell that they're not doing it because the doctor told them to do it. They're doing it because it's their life. It's synonymous to them drinking water or, walking or breathing air. It's just a part of their life. And that's what you want. You want to make consistent exercise a lifestyle. And that's what this channel is all about. So now that you've heard all these amazing benefits you can get when you exercise consistently, the main question is, how can I make this a habit? How can I make this a part of my lifestyle? And if at this point in the video you're asking these questions, then you're on the right track. So I'll explain to you how I stay fit in my 20s, right? So realistically, all you need, now this is something a lot of people don't know, but realistically, all you need is 1 hour or an hour and a half a day for about 3 or 4 days a week. That's all you need in the gym. Or not necessarily the gym, just doing some physical activity like running, playing tennis, playing football, whatever it is. All you need is an hour or an hour and a half, 3 days a week. That's it, literally. Like, you don't need to be a gym rat spending multiple hours in the gym every single day. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. That's great. That's fine. If your goal is the aesthetics and having a Greek god type body, then yes, by all means, go crazy. When I started working out in my like late teens, early 20s, I was so skinny, and I had to put in the extra effort, obviously. Like, when you're skinny, building muscle mass is so much harder. So I was kind of a gym rat. I was spending a lot of days in the gym, just building my muscle, working out, just trying to get better every single day. So yes, that works. But if your goal is to just maintain a healthy lifestyle, get rid of excess fats, stay toned, have that confidence to be able to take off your shirt when you go to the beach on holiday, and just feel more energetic, this is exactly what you need to do. Now, I'm not a pro athlete or some sort of fitness influencer or anything like that, but these are the things that I do to keep myself fit. Firstly, I prioritize strength training 3 or 4 times a week, doing compound lifts. Simple. The benefits of doing compound exercises are abundant. It helps burn more calories, it improves your muscular balance, it improves your core strength, it stimulates increased hormone release. These types of movements recruit more muscle fibers than isolation exercises, right? So your body consequently releases greater level of hormones, particularly growth hormones like testosterone. And it also improves all-around functional fitness. Ideally, you want to perform compound lifts after a warm-up, but before isolation exercises and other accessory lifts. For instance, if you want to increase the load lifted in a barbell back squats, for instance, then you need to put the most energy from your session into this exercise. If you were to perform this exercise at the end of the session, maybe after 3 or 4 of the exercises, then you'll be too fatigued to be able to perform this lift effectively. And you also risk getting injury because you'll be too tired to maintain the optimal positions necessary for this lift. However, you can use an isolation exercise before a compound lift, known as the pre-exhaust method. And this method involves performing an isolation exercise for the same muscle group as the compound that follows, right? So in an effort to increase muscle activation during the main lift, you're also ensuring that all muscle fibers have been maximally fatigued, And this is very important if hypertrophy is your goal, right? So in this case, it is still advisable to perform the rest of your accessory lift afterwards so that you can maximize the training adaptations made for the compound lifts, right? So there's a lot of science that goes into the benefits of compound lifting and how it affects your body. But I like to just talk about what I do, right? So some of my favorite compound exercises are for lower body, I'll do deadlifts, squats, lunges, 3 sets, 8 to 10 reps of each. And for my upper body, I'll do bench press for my chest dips, overhead press for my shoulders. And then I would also do for my back and lats. I would do like rows, upright and bent over. I would also do lat pull downs and then pull ups and chin ups. Oh my god, pull ups are the best workout you can do. Honestly, if if you can do pull ups, say 10 reps, 3 sets every single day, commit to that for a month, I promise you, you would look a different human being in a month's time. Honestly, like pull-ups are so underrated. People have no idea how it's difficult. Don't get me wrong; it's not easy to obviously because you need to do it with good form. So it's not easy to perfect the form. But I promise you, if you can do pull-ups with the right form every day, you are set. Literally, like you get the V taper, you become, a lot more fitter. You're so much stronger because pull-ups activates literally every single muscle in your body. So you are, man. I could talk about pull-ups for the whole day, honestly. But if there's one thing you take from this video, take the fact that pull-ups must be done in your workouts. 100%. Secondly, and also very important, part of my workouts are cardio, right? So this is very important for me as well. I try to do cardio 2 or 3 times a week. Now, you can do this together with your strength training. Personally, I prefer to finish my sessions with cardio. So I could do like maybe 20, 30 minutes running on the treadmill or cycling or just taking long walks after you leave the gym. You can do it like you don't have to go too crazy with cardio. Just get your heart pumping. That's the whole premise of it, right? So doing cardio about 2 or 3 times a week has immense benefits, right? It's very vital for weight loss. Studies have shown that people who incorporate cardio with their strength training will lose weight 5 times more quicker than people who just do strength training. Crazy, right? And it also improves your heart health. It strengthens your heart muscle. It makes your heart pump blood more efficiently. It also improves your blood circulation, enhances your mood, improves your sleep, um, boosts your energy levels significantly. There are numerous benefits to having cardio, man. It's incredible. But the key thing here is making it a key part of your routine. You have to do it. You can't just be doing strength training and forget about cardio, or do cardio and forget about strength training. You have to incorporate both things to have the most effective results. Now you can start gradually. You don't have to, run 10 kilometers like immediately. No, you can start, take baby steps, start gradually. You can just start by choosing to walk to your destinations, rather than driving or taking a bus. And if you're short on time, you can just cycle. Cycle is also a good form of cardio. Swimming after workouts is another good one. Even, like 5, 7 minute sprints, those can go a long way in improving your cardiovascular health and your overall physical fitness, as well as mental. So yeah, cardio is I can't stress how important doing cardio is for your physical health, for your mental health, for your weight loss journey. And yeah, you must incorporate this with your workout routine. The third aspect of staying fit in your 20s and 30s and 40s is, and this one is, I would say, is arguably the most important, and it's your eating habits, clean eating. Personally, I try to keep it 80-20. So most of my meals are balanced with protein, vegetables, and carbs. I can sustain it, and I can also live a good lifestyle. I can also, live a good life. I can make good meals, tasty, flavor. Like you don't have to eat bland food to be healthy. That's nonsense. Um, Eating healthy can contribute immensely to you maintaining a healthy weight. It can also boost your mood and your energy levels, 100%. Good eating habits are also well known to reduce disease risk. It also helps you sleep better, helps build stronger muscles and organs, and increases your longevity. So personally, I like a balanced meal. I eat a lot of fruits like bananas, citrus fruits, berries, and I like my meals to include a large amount of protein and vegetable. Um, I try not to eat a lot of carbs, right? Because that's just my preference. Because I feel like personally, carbs increases my belly fat, so I try not to eat a lot of carbs. But I eat carbs. I eat carbs in moderation. And eating carbs in moderation can be very good for you, especially if you're trying to put on healthy weight. You can eat like rice, pasta, that kind of stuff. But in moderation, you don't want to eat it every time. Maybe once a day, one meal per day. But I would say prioritize protein and vegetables, 100%. Focus on consuming, cooked meals, whole grains, organic foods. These are much more healthier options, and you'll definitely feel the difference when you eat like a nice, healthy cooked meal or some, you know, quickly made processed fat food. You can definitely feel the difference. You feel healthier, you feel happier, and you just feel more fresh. Honestly, when you eat cooked food, like it boosts your energy and it just makes you feel, like a better person. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it does. And so yeah, processed food, fatty foods, fast foods, significantly reduce those. Do away with it. Arguably, one of the most important aspects of living a healthy lifestyle and working out is recovery, right? That involves sleeping, stretching, drinking a lot of water, right? This is, in my opinion, the most important aspect of staying fit, especially while you're still young. When you're in the training zone, right, you're really loving your workouts. It's tempting to skip rest days. I mean, after all, you're seeing great progress, right? Your energy levels are through the roof, and every session is amazing. It leaves you buzzing. Working out every day can only be a good thing, right? Not necessarily. Exercise, like most things in life, is all about balance. And while it's great that you want to work out every day, you want to keep going, you want to keep the momentum going, that's great. But timeout is a vital part of any exercise plan. And even professional athletes, football players, basketball players, they schedule a lot of time for rest. They have a lot of rest days. And you have to ease it into your sessions. You have to make it a part of your weekly training. I've seen so many people with overuse injuries because they're training too frequently and you're not having enough rest days. If you don't factor in rest days in your workout routines, your performances can suffer as well. Rest days allows your body and your mind time to recover from workouts, from exercises, from physical activity. They stop you from burning out and losing your vibe, losing your mojo. And it also ensures that you're ready and able to give your next session your all. Rest also gives you, it gives your body time to adapt to your trainings. It makes you grow stronger, makes you grow fitter. If you rest enough, you'll be better placed to make the next workout count. It's just common sense. When you have more energy, you can work out harder. Rest days can actually help you get stronger. Every time you work out, you create microscopic tears in your muscle tissues. When you rest, your muscles start to heal and they grow back stronger. So this means you'll be able to do the same workouts with less efforts in the future. And they also help avoid injury. It's good for your fitness progress and it gives you room to train harder. So rest is so, 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 so important. It's also as important as eating and even doing the workouts. So as tempting as it is, do not try to skip rest days. It is very important. Studies have shown that a lack of sleep can result in low motivation to partake in the leisure activities that you usually enjoy. Failing to take mental breaks to recover from an exercise can have similar effect. So these mini breaks can really help keep your motivation running on overdrive, really. And it also helps prevent working out and doing physical activity look like a chore. It makes resting makes it more enjoyable, if that makes sense. And as we like to say in the fitness community and the fitness industry, absence makes the mojo grow stronger. So these are just my little opinions on how you can stay fit, especially if you're in your mid 20s and 30s. These are small, consistent steps, not perfection, but progress. All right. It's all, like I said, it's all about making it habits. It's all about making it a lifestyle, right? It's not something that you should force yourself to do. You need to enjoy it. Obviously, you need the discipline, you need to be consistent, but taking baby steps is fine. Finding 1 hour a day for 3 days a week is perfect. It can be after work, it can be in the morning before work, it can be at your lunchtime. And frankly, it's not easy. I know, like I struggle with working out as well because I have a job, I have a full-time job that I do that's quite stressful. So it does get tedious, but that's where discipline comes in. And that's where like long-term vision as well comes in. Right. So if you look at your future self, maybe when you're like 40 or 50, and you envision that person being fit, healthy, strong, there's only one way you can be strong and healthy in your 50s, and that is by starting now, by building this lifestyle, building these habits, and becoming it. Become that person who works out, become that person who prioritizes fitness. And that's the only way. For me, fitness is one of the major pillars of becoming a modern gentleman, because if I can't take care of my body, how can I expect to show up fully in my style, in my work, in my relationships, right? It's all about the discipline, it's all about consistency, and it's all about sacrifice. So if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, don't wait. Start now. Wherever you are, whatever you do, build your body, and you build your confidence, you build your discipline, and your future self will thank you a lot. So this is just my approach, and I'll keep sharing my progress as I go. If you're also on this journey and you're trying to elevate your life, you're trying to live a life of purpose, refinement, style, fitness, discipline, subscribe to this channel, like this video, and please join me. Let's all raise the standard together. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day. Bye.